Hello there, I'm Sconchulus, and this is TEPPEN Deck Tech, where I present to you decks that are fun, strong, or interesting. Today I am playing my favorite hero art in the game, Raging Demon. This art allows us to target one unit that can be ascended, ascend them, and destroy the unit in front of them. Just like in Street Fighter, this is an unblockable. Raging Demon is one of the decks that lost the most cards due to rotation, but thankfully it seems Capcom realized this, releasing one new card that completely revitalizes the deck. That card is green. The card I am talking about, of course, is the brand new Mia Fey, who when ascended distributes 10 HP between us and all of our units. This heal makes up for the fact that we are no longer playing Selfish Predation, and assuming Mia also gains HP, makes her into a surprisingly strong attacker. The MP boost on top of all that just feels like a bonus that happens to get the rest of our deck going. Our other green ascend is Utsuki, an extremely dangerous card that has always been begging to be abused by Raging Demon. For our black ascends, we are playing the classic Tube Foxes, of course. It's efficient, it's dangerous, it's as good as it ever was. As well as the infamous Akuma, who can wipe boards and completely control his lane. Our last ascend is Demon King Oda Nobunaga, a huge boss monster that pairs extremely well with our other boss monster, Civilization Rebel Sigma. Both of these cards are extremely efficient and only get better later into the game. For our ascend fodder, we are playing 2 zombie and 3 gate, 2 decent attackers that return 1 MP on death and spreading infection. We also play 3 Gloria, another MP ramp unit that has the same on death effect, as well as the legendary Larry Butz, which is just a good card. Lastly, we have our disruption in the form of 3 disarm, 1 dreadful business, and 3 more copies of dreadful business. This is probably the only deck that will ever play Tender Lender for its second effect, and it feels so good. Here's the deck QR for you, and with all that said, let's get into it. Game 1, we are up against Kikosho. This hero art has been a menace ever since the recent buffs made it into one of the most efficient hero arts for board building. We'll start out with Gloria to get our MP ramp going, and our opponent will play Karen in front of her, who gains a shield whenever another human unit is played. They will play Unwavering Justice Chris, who plays another human unit, in this case Rufus, who collects Spill Over, and they will play Chun-Li down after Rufus is defeated by our gate. Their Chris will defeat our Larry Butz, and they will activate Kikosho, giving all of their units shield. Unfortunately, Kikosho doesn't protect their low HP units from Akuma, who will also give us enough AP for Raging Demon, letting Mia get in and destroy their Chris, distributing HP between us and our units. They will activate the spillover they got from Rufus, and we will seal their Karen. They will activate evasive action to reset Akuma's stats, and for the moment, we seem to be in a pretty good position. Spillover is a lot less dangerous on a sealed Karen, but they have 1 more in hand, so they'll buff her up 1 more time. We'll play Sigma down while the rest of our units get in for good damage. We will ascend Mia Fey over our other Mia Fey, keeping our Akuma nice and healthy, and they will activate Bombast, searching a unit to their hand and lowering its cost. It looks like they play that unit, which is Cammy. She gets a nice buff, but without her Memory 7, she should be manageable. We'll play Mia in front of her, and they will activate Kikosho. With only 5 HP left, this looks like the last chance they have to save the game. We still have our Mia Fey as well as Sigma. They will seal our Sigma, which gives us the chance to destroy their most shielded unit, and they will seal our Mia Fey. Sigma gets in for 4, which puts them down to 1, and all we have to do is Raging Demon with Tube Foxes, and we take a convincing Game 1. Let's move on to the next one. Game 2, we are up against Shinku Hadoken. This is another shell for the new Red Humans deck that has been tearing up the game. Let's see how our good old Raging Demon does against some meta red. We'll start with Spreading Infection, which should be a guaranteed ascend as long as at least 1 infected survives. It also puts on some early damage, as well as stacking our deck with strong units for later in the game. Other than Gloria, it is easily our best starter. Before the attack gets in, our opponent will play Cody as well as Leon, setting up for huge damage potential. We will ascend Mia over the infected that Cody blocks, and they will play another Leon after our infected destroys the first one. They will destroy Mia with Chain of Fists, and we will play Gate in the top lane. They will play Josh Stone, who deals 3 damage when played. This card, along with Leon and Cody, are what really make the Red Evidence strategy tick. We'll play Sigma as well as Infected to fully level our gate and get in for 6 damage. Our opponent will play Strider and we will block that with Larry Butz. They'll activate option A before their Strider gets in for another attack and we'll destroy that with Dreadful Business, but they can save it with Rescuer's Bullet. Of course. They'll destroy our Infected with Announcement Poster, getting in for 2 direct in the process, and they will activate Hadoken, destroying Larry Butz. The field is suddenly looking pretty even, and they play down the legendary Dan Hibiki. We'll deal with him efficiently with our zombie, and we'll play down Tyrant. We'll play another zombie, and they will activate Chain of Fists, destroying Tyrant. We know they still have Strider, and with an open field, they'll play him searching another card. They'll activate that card, giving Strider a shield and destroying our zombie, and we will seal their Strider. We could have waited until after the chain to seal the shield as well, but I'm not taking any risks against Strider. We'll play Gloria to get our MP ramp going, and when she is destroyed by Shiva, we'll use Mia for Raging Demon. We will play Sigma down, Revenge active, and they will use Hadoken to destroy Mia. They will activate Chatterbox on Sigma, nothing we can do about that, and he will be destroyed, destroying their Shiva as well. We'll activate Announcement Poster, no evidence unfortunately, and we will charge our MP for Itsuki. With Raging Demon available and an open field, she puts on a lot of pressure, but unfortunately they have Miles Edgeworth to destroy her outright. We have another Itsuki to Raging Demon him, and the pressure is on for our opponent. They have one more Cody, and we have a zombie to block that. They have one more Josh Stone, and we have one last 2 foxes, giving us the exact AP for Raging Demon. This should be enough to seal up the game. Our opponent has mortal enemies, which won't be enough. Unfortunately, I lost the video here. As we move into Game 2, Ryu's Screams of Defeat signal our win. Game 3, we are up against Zero, Fight Against Inner Demons. And that means Slow Purple. This is a deck that rotation was extremely kind to, and looks to be the deck to beat for Purple in this format. We'll start with Gloria to get our MP ramp going, playing Zombie as well. They'll play Mori Motonari, a high MP starter that plays 2 cards from deck. They get Halo Guardian as well as Blue Cyclops. We will play Gate in the top lane and ascend over our Gloria with Akuma, destroying one of their units. We will play Itsuki in the now open top lane. As long as all of their units have Slow, Crush is even stronger than it normally is. We'll activate Tenderlender to destroy the Otani they just placed, and they will activate Saika Tower Skylark on their Halo Guardian. They will activate Fight Against Inner Demons, searching one of 2 powerful cards, and they will activate that card on their Halo Guardian. This gives us the chance to destroy it, which is definitely the last thing they wanted to see, and they respond with Diplomacy of Love, slowing down all of our units. At this point, we have Raging Demon online whenever we need it. They will play Blue Cyclops, giving us the ideal opportunity to ascend our Itsuki. She's suddenly very threatening in the top lane, and they'll respond to this threat by threatening the middle lane. We'll use our blue MP to seal their Mori and draw another seal. They activate Incense Cannon, removing Slow from Mori and dealing 5 damage split among our units. We'll play Itsuki to block, and they will play Halo Guardian, blocking our Akuma. We'll get in for a little bit of damage, and then we will ascend over our Itsuki with Mia Fey. Once we're healed up, the comeback is suddenly looking very possible. They'll activate Fight Against Inner Demons, searching a card, and we will finally defeat their Mori. They will activate Maverick, randomly destroying our Akuma, and they will play Beguiling Empress Nevin, finally finding an answer for our Itsuki, but we just use her to play an even stronger unit. They play Mitsunari and use Fight Against Inner Demons. We once again have enough AP for Raging Demon. We will destroy their unit, and they will activate their card, Demonic Intimidation. Easily the most efficient answer for 2 boxes, and then they will activate Maverick, destroying our entire field. It's still anybody's game. We'll play Gate in the top lane, and they'll play Blue Cyclops across from him. We'll play Sigma in the bottom, and they will activate Incense Cannon. We will seal their Blue Cyclops, but unfortunately this does not stop the Incense Cannon. Our Gate will be destroyed. Sigma is still alive, which allows us to ascend over him for Akuma. Conveniently, we draw right back into Sigma, who will play in the top lane. Our opponent has to do something, They activate Satsuna. With no targets, they must be pretty bricked. We'll play Larry Butz down to protect our other units. We'll play Otani, activate Setsuna, which we have the Destroy for. They have the Negate, but even with that, it doesn't look like they really have enough to save themselves. They'll activate Fight against Inner Demons, activate One Last Maverick Hunter, which we have the Destroy for. They activate one last card, another copy of Setsuna, see if they can draw into something game-saving. But it looks like Sigma gets in, and after a bit of back and forth, we walk with Game 3. Here we are again, and I had so much fun with this deck. I was actually planning to show a different deck this week, but once this list clicked with me, this was the one I had to show. I think it's so cool to be able to play green cards in Raging Demon, and that alone makes up for the cards we lost due to rotation. The bigger hit the deck took is what you don't see, and that is our mana cap. Raging Demon has always excelled at playing reactive, grindy games, and with a mana cap of 5, that is a little bit harder. Now, instead of clearing a field and charging up our mana to flex our advantage, our best play is to play Itsuki or Akuma on an open lane. As far as matchups go, this deck feels tailor-made to take on purple. Whenever slow purple uses a buff, we have an efficient Destroy or Seal. Whenever we are halted, we can ascend right over it. We tear through green shields with our disarms and destroys, but the very best green decks like Yan Li still give us trouble. We do struggle a bit against red. Most of their units will have done their business by the time we can interact with them, but the healing from Mia helps us stay even against Denjin and Ultimate Weapon. Black basically comes down to skill. I would recommend the deck to anybody who likes a deck that packs a lot of disruption, as well as anybody who is going to play Raging Demon no matter what, myself included. As for the next episode, let me know down below whether you want to see Orchi Despair or X Heart Tank. Please like the video if you liked the video, subscribe if you subscribed. Once again, I'm Sconchulus, and I'll see you in the next one.